I don't care what they say, oh yeah. I don't care what they say, oh yeah. I don't care what they say, yeah. I don't care what they say, oh yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's J9.
Ezra Mill.
Man, we want to welcome y'all to one thing that Mills has created. Tell me about what you created. What's it called?
Super 806, man. What that is just a platform that I'm creating. For anything Lubbock, anything West Texas, anything 806, there's gonna be a place to put you on a pedestal and shout you out. That's what it's gonna be.
So this will hopefully be episode 1. And just kick it off, man. Tell y'all where we're at. We're here in Mills' living room. We're chilling.
Yeah.
Hanging out. Trying to stay a little bit sober. That way we can talk to y'all about some things. So the idea we had for a minute.
With what, bringing Lubbock together.
Yeah, I mean, just doing stuff for the city, I guess, and in general. I mean, we've been thinking about doing this podcast for a minute. I think we're gonna do it in my garage at first until we all got smart and decided Mills' living room was probably the best. So we're here, man. Later on, we'll have the rest of the team with us. This is like a tester for us. So we're here to talk to y'all.
All right, J9, so let's talk to them then. Let's start with...
You still got a sandwich.
I still got a half a sandwich over here. We literally just got up and got to this, so I think that's a pretty cool thing that we here right now doing it, because it needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? It's something we always talk about needing to be done.
Yeah.
Here we go. You know what I'm saying?
And I think in general, man, not only this is something that the city is missing, but like almost a lot of stuff. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I mean, like, as far as like we have concerts and stuff that are super dope, but we just need more of them type thing. You know, we just need a whole bunch of things. You know, the talent is definitely there. Now we just need everything that surrounds it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, definitely. That's the thing to do, is find and define what it is that surrounds it.
Yeah.
You know, because the talent's there as far as artists go, but, you know, there's not so much surrounding it, you know, supporting that fact. You know, there's not a lot of managers, there's not a lot of, you know, investors or different kind of people to play different roles, you know, next to that talent. So that's a thing that's gotta be implemented. Is
like we've talked about so many things. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people noticed on Facebook, you know, when I made that post talking about we all need to meet together.
Right.
You know, I like just picturing it would be dope. You know, just all of us getting together and speaking what needs to be spoken about, bringing up all our issues or all the good things that are coming together and just meeting. You know what I'm saying? I think once everybody meets, then it's like a different towards of respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, just because it's like,
I
just
think
started
as
to
far
realize
as,
like we're a team.
Yeah. And we're a team to an extent of the fact that we're all in the same reality right here. You know what I'm saying? One thing we don't want to do is make everybody think like, well, we got to all act together and move together. You know, that's not necessarily the truth either.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, just understanding where everybody's at and how they can be of help to another, even if it's not free, you know, obviously, it doesn't mean they can't help. And I think that's another thing. We just really gotta set the tone in showing that, you know, we're willing to do what everybody kind of wants, and that's pay, and that's work, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just a part of the game, you know what I'm saying? That's something right now that's big online that I've been seeing, is a lot of people are talking about that, if you should pay local artists or not, you know? And to me, put simply, I feel like if somebody asks to be paid, then you have it's not your choice whether you get it free or not. So the the conversation ends there.
Like that's for you to
You know what
decide
I'm
if you
saying?
want to pay or not. If you
Yeah,
feel like
it don't
it's
matter
worth
if
it.
it don't matter. Yeah, if they're worth it to the
How bad
world.
you
It don't
want it.
matter how it looks to the next person or a business from a business standpoint, or like if I'm gonna get views off of it. Like besides all those things, is it something that you willing to pay for or not? You know what I'm saying? That's
Like, do
it.
you
The
feel-
conversation ends at that.
Yeah, like do you feel it's worth it? Do you feel it'll benefit you? How bad do you want it?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I agree with you 100% on that. And I think that's the whole thing. Like, I agree with what you're saying. As far as, like, it doesn't mean you have to be a team, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's just acknowledging that we're all one, that we're all coming from the same spot. And, you know, it doesn't hurt to support. It doesn't hurt to come together and try to make a change.
Right.
You know, because everybody wants to change.
Oh, yes.
But, I mean, everybody knows you gotta come together, you know? It sounds so simple, but it's tough.
Yeah, nah, that's right.
So that would be cool, you know what I'm saying, if we ended up doing that meeting, which it doesn't take much to do something like that, but
I would like the meeting to have opportunities for producers to speak, kind of share what the craft is to them.
yeah.
So that way the artist can say, okay, look, that's why they're charging, you know, money for their beats, even if it's $100, you know. And then give artists opportunities to talk about themselves and who they are, so that way the producers can be like, okay, you know, these people really got a passion for this, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. They can kind of make their own judgment. A lot of this shit is just online, 3 or 4 sentence slugs shooting at each other between producers and rappers, and you know what I'm saying. And we really gotta make this shit reality to everybody. This shit, it is local as fuck, bro. We all in this city. We just got Facebook accounts, you know what I'm saying? But we live in this city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The producers around the way, they work at the corner stores or selling shoes or selling cars or selling whatever in our city. You know what I'm saying? Building highways, whatever they do for a living, then they go home and they make beats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
And vice versa, the artists, they out there, some of them, you know what I'm saying? Some of them out there just really trying to get to it.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I feel like if we got that meeting together, it'd be a good place to make those connections. I think that would help understand who you're helping, you know what I'm saying? Why you're doing it. These faces to the names, you know what I'm saying?
Because I just think, like, one thing we've seen, like, just traveling and stuff, going to different cities and meeting people is that, like, you know, more, of course it's in the bigger cities, you know what I'm saying? But, like, they all come together, and when I say everybody, I don't mean just, like, the promoter and the artist. I like the promoter, the artist, the producer, the engineers, the radio people, that's big.
Yeah, for sure.
The radio people, who else? You know, people that have clothing stores and stuff like that. You know, everybody's pushing, and those clothing stores are successful. You know what I'm saying? Just because they have the connections with the artists. You know, because that's what we're talking about. They have connections with the local artists that, you know, they could do meet and greets there. They could sell artist stuff there. They are able to bring customers in to see their shops, stuff like that. And that would be dope if we had something, which I'm sure we do have something like that in the city, some sort of urban outfitter. And, you know, just all kinds of people like that that play a role in hip hop, you know.
Yeah. I mean, hip hop is so wide.
Just bring them. We're not just speaking about the artists. You know what I'm saying?
It's the fashion is
models.
You know, imagine somebody cornering the fashion, you know, the fashion side of business in Lubbock. Somebody coming in, like, doing their own fashion, have their own store, something like you would find in Dallas or Houston. Starting now, you know what I'm saying? Make their own clothes type shit.
Cause that's the only thing I have noticed when it comes to, like, some artists, you know, when they try to put stuff out, sometimes it's just so expensive, you know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes it's not their fault. It's not the artist's fault, you know, that these things might be expensive for them to have produced and for them to sell, to market. But, you know, that's what we need for the city, I guess, that's where I'm getting at is, you know, some people have certain connections. Hey, man, go here. Go here, they're gonna charge you less.
Yeah.
You know, that ain't gonna hurt nobody, and that ain't gonna hurt your cred publicly because nobody knows.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I've noticed about bigger artists is that's why they don't speak up on stuff about how they helped, how they done this and that, because it's just not something that needs to be spoken about.
Yeah.
You know, if me as an artist, I come to you and ask you for something, you know, and I'm gonna say, you know, I've been a suspect of it. You know, you don't want to give away your info because you feel it's gonna hurt your cred or they might get ahead of you, but it's not, because at the end of the day, it's just between y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I think that's how it should be sought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, bringing a whole bunch of different people like that would just make it so much more powerful. You know, we've been trying to get the radio on our team for a while. I think it's safe to say that, but
Yeah.
I think it's okay to say that on here.
Yeah. So this is definitely gonna be our answer to that. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's a big part of me wanna be upset, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like there's a problem and we can make a solution simple. You know what I'm saying?
Like, and that's another thing, you know, you're able to fix your problems. If you don't know why, you're able to find out why. You know what I'm saying? And that's just on everything. That's on a whole different, you know, you get on every category, whatever you want to say, get it all taken care of.
What's something you think you brought back from the mentality of the artists and producers and hip hop scene in the other cities that we've been to when we've been on tour? What's something you think you brought back and said, and this isn't implemented in Lubbock, I can implement this?
The simplicity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because like it's just so simple. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's all of us out here. It's just a matter of, you know, like if, for example, somebody throws their release party or something like that, you know, we should all go, you know, or if you can't go, at least share it once, you know what I'm saying? Try to get your people to go. But I think that's what I brought back with me, man. It's just like the simplicity of it all. It's just
how easy
it is
like, to really go for it.
Yeah, it's just like a reach away, you know what I'm saying? And we're so close. And that's the cool thing, you know, and you know, I think that's something we can really help out on and get everybody together on, just because at the end of the day, if anybody wants to be in it or not, I think everybody agrees.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
you know,
purchase this track today.
It's just an opportunity to share the shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's big there. But you know, because I mean, you see all these other artists, they quickly, you know, jumped on with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody wants a change, you know, because it's gonna benefit everybody. That's the thing. It's not gonna benefit one person. It's gonna benefit all of us.
True.
So that's the goal with this podcast, man. You know, Mills had a great idea, and we're gonna try to put it to life. Change it up a little bit, give people a platform to tell their story other than music.
Yeah, for sure. That's really what it's gonna be.
And who are like, okay, I'm gonna like, let's drop some names. Who would you like to be on the show? You know,
when we get it
as far
going,
as like, I know you want everybody, but off the top of the head, you know what I'm saying? Like, off the top of the head, you know, what are you thinking? Like, what's your idea?
So my idea for it is, you know, me and DJ Lucrative, shout out DJ Lucrative, he did our concert last year with GT, and he's gonna do the one this year with GT as well. March 2nd. It's the Halos and Horns tour. He just dropped that album. We're gonna plug him in real quick. He's gonna do a stop here in Lubbock, Texas, March 2nd. It's gonna be my birthday bash, so I'm gonna be hosting it. My birthday's not to the 6th, but hey, it's all month really.
yeah, definitely.
But
we'll get to that in a sec.
Okay, yeah, we'll get right back to that. I just had to plug that in.
So yeah, we plugged GT in the GT show. So like you were saying.
Okay, so back to what I was saying. Which was
the artist.
I forgot the artist.
Yeah.
Okay, the artist that I want. Okay. Yeah. So once we get this going, and we start getting some artists in here, I definitely want to see El Ray in here. I want to see.
It's been working, man.
Yeah, Lil Mac and Ville. Okay, I want to see Country De La Rosa in here. Me and him I know we're gonna have a good podcast. I want to see A1 and Booger Bradshaw. Brennan Cole, definitely.
Yeah, man, I think everybody you mentioned is really working hard right now.
Give your audience something to remember.
Wow, man. I want to see some. I want to get some of the OGs too, bro. Yeah, and I want some of the OGs too. I want to have conversations with them, man.
Yeah. I think definitely. I think that's one thing I really liked about when I was like pushing for that little while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is that one of the cool things is doing a lot of shows. I met a lot of the OGs here, man. And shout out to Nuno. Nuno kind of introduced me to a whole bunch of people that I didn't know.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Hey, here you go, dude. And
I didn't hear me. Say with your chest.
no, but yeah, that was a cool thing with me, man. I got to meet a lot of OGs and people I hadn't met, and I remember being in concerts just asking, who's this, who's that.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. So
Yeah.
I think if you definitely get some OGs on here, that's gonna be super cool. And it's gonna be like some raw, uncut, conversations.
Yeah.
I think.
I really want to, I just want to be the type that, does my homework, comes prepared, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen a lot of people do some of these, and, I'm just kind of picking and choosing from what I liked about them, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm going to start doing, constructing them in a certain way, you know what I'm saying? This shit is cool, just sitting here.
I think getting the younger guys, the older guys, telling their story, that's gonna be able to help them out as artists, like we said earlier, just something different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shit. Just bridge that gap.
It's something you get to knock out, genre-wise, give people a platform they can speak on stuff.
Yeah, because, think about it. A lot of young artists, a lot of younger artists want them to be on their music and shit. And, they ain't just in the mind frame to be, doing features and shit, They're just working on themselves.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I've seen it happen where artists get mad at other artists because they just ain't giving them the time, So with something like this, they can kind of understand each other and be like, all right, yeah, I know this guy's not just ducking and dodging or being too cool, he's just busy, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's one thing that a lot of artists need to understand is, we're all people, we're all dealing with real life. People, we just busy sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It's not always an open conversation, but it doesn't mean we're not friends or that we're not, or that I don't respect you or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's true. That's one of the reasons why everybody ain't got together. Yeah, but shout out to all the artists, man, because it's just time. Like the talent is just there. Everybody been working, man. Yeah, I think it's just like, I think there's a few times I've called you, man, just like frustrated. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
About how shit was going on, or I see something on Facebook or online anywhere, and I'm just like, man, dude should be getting way more credit than this type shit. Just
Oh,
cause,
yeah.
It's frustrating to see people's talent go to waste.
Yeah.
And it'd be awesome to be able to make a change. So that'd be super dope.
For sure.
So, other than the podcast, do you have any other plans as far as what's on your mind as far as pushing? I know you were telling me about you were thinking about getting a spot somewhere.
Yeah.
Making something.
Yeah, so definitely wanna I don't know, man. I think from all the game I've soaked up and all this shit, I really feel like I just wanna be solid pillar of what it meant for Lubbock to get on the music scene. So, I mean, what I want to do is create an atmosphere, like studio atmosphere, where the big time hits are made, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like we built this into a place where our Lubbock artists come and, you know, they have the best producer here, the best engineers involved, you know what I'm saying? The best everything in one place, you know what I'm saying? And when you know what I'm saying? And when you have that in one place, I just feel like it makes it easier for the city to really express their talent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have to worry about all the third parties that are involved with making music. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And they could just get somewhere and create music judge free. You know what I'm saying? Knowing they're worried about what you want, but except for how great it's gonna sound at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you get to just express the music you want to make. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And just have a place like that. There's no right or wrong, just good music. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what it is.
I think 2019 for us is really like we're really trying to change things up around here. Type of year, you know what I'm saying? Less about us, more about what we could do.
For real.
I think that's kind of been our idea for the most part.
That's a perfect way to put it. Like.
Just so y'all could get an idea about where we're at, just cause, you know, we love making music, but we also love doing what we're doing. You know, being able to throw shows, being able to connect people, being able to be in studios.
Being that bridge.
You know, because we're all for the artists getting paid. We're all for all that, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that at the end of the day, it's everybody's goal. And
I just feel like in that sense, to say one more time about the paying thing, it's like, I feel like we create our reality. So if you want to get paid, pay because you know it's going to come back to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
And if you have a budget, then start there. Mm-hmm. There's no reason to beat around the bush. I got $50, man. I would like to do the verses. I guarantee, I bet you the ones probably most standoffish about it would be like, you know what, I got you. I'll do it for 50. You know what I'm saying?
Because at the end of the day, that's 50 you ain't have. All you gotta do is rap.
Yeah.
A verse, kill that.
And that's another thing too. There is competition. You know what I'm saying? So don't get upset if somebody's getting paid for their stuff. Get competitive. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm gonna go harder then. I want to get paid too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make this shit a sport. You know what I'm saying? And leave it in the lane of music though. You know what I'm saying? Get competitive in the lane of music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to take it no further than that. Like if somebody's doing they shit, like man, wanna one up they ass shit, I'm gonna do my shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what makes this shit fun. It makes it living life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's that's a great point, man, because, you know, I've definitely seen and spoken to people personally, and they get upset because, you know, they think so-and-so should be getting paid or, you know, stuff like that, which at the end of the day, like we kind of said earlier, it really just depends on the people, too, but you can't be upset, you know, if it's obvious that people are working and you know, pushing and they're investing in themselves because, I mean, you can't be mad at a man who invested in himself and grew himself a good fan base.
Right,
exactly. And doesn't want to, I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta share that fan base, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if they feel like it's not worth it and it's not worth their time, unless they get paid, then at that point, you know, it's kind of their job.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these men spent money out their pockets, out their families' mouths to invest in something.
It's protecting the asset at that point.
When you're investing in something, what's the point? You know, to get money back. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's what it is.
For real, though.
And it's just so easy to just, like you said earlier, just to speak up, you know, because if you can't do it, if you're struggling, just tell the dude, like, man, I got you 20 right now, I got you 20 later, I got you 20 after that.
Yeah.
Something like that, you know what I'm saying?
Something,
like, it ain't that hard to just communicate.
And at the same time, that don't mean that the other artist has to take that deal, but shit,
Exactly.
you know, you just keep it real and that's it. You know that you wasn't lying when the conversation ended. You know what I'm saying? You know you wasn't, doing nothing that you couldn't, live behind and stand behind. You know what I'm saying?
Because we've been there, man. I mean, when we threw them shows with GT, we invested in it. We were invested in, and we were able to travel and do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a risk. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
For sure.
it was definitely a risk. And at the end of the day, you could win or you could lose. And that's just one thing that I think everybody should understand. Like, you could do it too.
Yeah.
You could do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, everything kind of costs a little bit, but
It's just making a conscious decision, and that's what you're gonna invest in. That's what I'm gonna spend my time building. Because it's responsible for your return. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So that's up to each individual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of validity in a lot of these Facebook posts because a lot of people are saying these different things that we're talking about, and they kind of believe this much and that much of the other things as well. Because there's a little bit of truth in all of the outlooks and perspectives on how to handle it. Some people do just want to make music for the love of it, but you can tell because you can tell they're not the ones that are dropping albums or mixtapes or singles. They got the equipment, they mess with beats, but they don't really got a brand or nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those people, man, they want to do music for free with each other, and that's just at a different level. It's like, yeah, always do that shit,
Yeah, it's just all love, I think, around that. Because, at the end of the day, everybody's goal is just different. Everybody, the way they push is just different, you know what I'm saying? And I think you can't be upset if somebody is not able to work with you or don't want to work with you, or just, because, that's another thing, just because you feel like an artist goes hard or, that doesn't mean they're going to automatically work with you. Because, everybody, they don't just want to make a song, just to make it. There needs to be a reason.
Yeah, it's got to be strategic, especially if they're working on their own brand,
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people can say no just because it doesn't fit them.
Mm-hmm.
I guess is what I'm trying to say. And not in no hater way or, something like that. Just the fact that, it's not something they're really capable of doing at that moment.
Right.
So that's one thing, man. But yeah, we just chilling. We in Mel's living room.
Yep.
Kicking it.
Playing Fortnite.
Watching dudes. Play some Fortnite.
Hell yeah.
So, if y'all like what y'all are hearing, man, y'all be sure to give us some feedback because, this is one of many, we plan to bring guests on here and all kinds of guests, all kinds of guests we feel would fit this show and we're able to have a good conversation with, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that would be super dope. And like we said, it's our first one, so y'all just bear with us, rock with us on this little movement we're about to begin.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. Super 806, man.
Just trying to create something for the city, man. So
it's gonna be more than just this too. It's not just gonna be talking about rap and music. We're gonna talk to entrepreneurs, business owners. We're gonna talk to restaurant owners, cooks. We're gonna get a gang.
talk about things going on in the
Barbers.
city. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Texas Tech.
Yeah. We can get some ball players in here.
It's gonna be super dope, man. I think Mills is definitely onto something.
Let us know. We're gonna be the voice for y'all. So y'all get with us. Preparing for this.
Man, well, is that it?
That's it. Done.
Taylor about the fucking flex.
We out, right?
Now I'm in the city, came